Debt was not always a weapon. In the 1950s and 60s, borrowing helped rebuild nations destroyed by war. America built highways, Europe rebuilt cities, and Japan created technology. But somewhere in the 1980s, debt stopped being a tool and became an addiction. Governments borrowed more than they earned, corporations borrowed more than they profited, and families borrowed more than they saved. By 2025, the world was running on debt, not productivity. National debt, $36 trillion. Annual interest payments, more than the defense budget. Every 90 days, over $1 trillion in new debt. The Federal Reserve raised interest rates to control inflation, but those same high rates made the debt spiral mathematically impossible to stop. Across the Pacific, China faced a different crisis. Real estate was 30% of its economy, and it began collapsing. Evergrande Country Garden. Dozens of developers defaulted, leaving unfinished cities across the country. Local governments borrowed secretly through shadow banks, building roads, bridges, and mega projects with money they did not have. Europe's crisis did not arrive suddenly. Italy, Greece, Spain, and France all saw debt reach historic levels. Energy prices rose, interest rates climbed. Governments struggled to fund social programs. The European Central Bank faced a nightmare. If they raised rates, countries collapsed. If they lowered rates, inflation exploded. The global debt storm did not only hit nations, it hit ordinary people. Rent reached record highs. Mortgages became unaffordable. Credit card debt hit $1.3 trillion in the U.S. Food inflation refused to fall. Savings collapsed. For millions, financial stress became a daily reality. They were not overspending. The world became too expensive. Behind the scenes, banks began preparing. J.P. Morgan increased loss reserves. Swiss banks quietly moved into gold. Asian banks strengthened their dollar positions. When banks prepare for a storm, it means the storm is already here. As the U.S. debt spiral grew, BRICS nations began pushing for an alternative. Not a replacement for the dollar, but a backup plan for when confidence finally breaks. Gold-backed settlements, digital currency experiments, direct oil trading without dollars. It wasn't a collapse, it was a transition. The world is facing a future defined by three forces: unpayable debt, slowing economies, and a global currency shift. The question is no longer, can we stop the debt crisis? The real question is, who survives it? Every empire in history, Rome, Spain, Britain, fell when debt grew faster than productivity. 2025 may be remembered as the year the world crossed that line. And now the debt storm has begun. If you want more financial documentaries like this, subscribe to the channel and stay prepared for whatever comes next.